sponsored by Rick at Chicks Kick Ass. You can follow on Instagram and X. And is a women's tag team match.
Thank you to our sponsors. You help make everything possible here. We have Ridley, Thorne, and Hysteria. Now, we're familiar with these ladies. They come very angry. That's one thing we can make very clear from the get-go.
Very angry?
Very angry.
Angry? I can't believe you would say that about these two women. I would say they are very driven. They're very intense. Celine, Hysteria, Ridley, Thorne. We've seen them before, of course, with Callie and Tita. Saw them at the last show, the Road to Hypermania 4, Field of Steel. They were in that six-woman tag match. Excuse me, almost misspoke there. Where they teamed up with Callie and Tita against Izzy Moreno and their opponents in this match, Key Vibez and Gia Michel.
Well, I'm saying that because I almost got punched in the face by Ridley Thorne trying to interview her.
No, well, what'd you do to deserve that?
Exist?
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
And we have Royalty. The Queen of Metal Vibez has arrived, showing she's excited, she's ready to go, and she's going to teach a few lessons to these ladies right here who, again, like I said, they don't come in here with the best intentions.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pump the brakes a little bit, Doc. She's going to teach a lesson to these girls. What lessons are they going to teach them exactly? What lessons is Key Vibez going to teach Celine, Hysteria, and Ridley Thorne? What's she going to teach them? She's going to teach them respect. Respect.
Respect.
Respect.
That's right.
No way. Listen, the only thing Key Vibez can teach them, maybe how to lose a championship. She can teach them that. She can teach them that. She knows how to do that.
My goodness. And here she is.
Gia Michel makes her way to the ring. The partner of Key Vibez.
We have a boss, we have a queen, and we have these other ladies across from them who need to learn how to be classy and respectful. And they're going to get that from the inaugural women's champion, the person in here who has been able to defend successfully her championship. Key Vibez herself, who also is a former champ. We have lots of class in this ring. I don't know why you keep rooting for the other people. They're disrespectful. They don't know how to get in there and show some class.
Because it's not about class, Doc. I mean, this is a fight. This is an athletic competition. You can be the nicest person in the world, but that's what it gets you right there. Ridley Thorne, Celine, Hysteria, they know what they're here to do, and they are focused. And that is why they are starting off the match this way. Gia Michel, Key Vibez on the receiving end already. Celine, Hysteria sends Key Vibez to the rope, but goes down with the axe handle from the Queen of Hybrid, the first female graduate here at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Key Vibez, and you see Gia Michel, the champion, and Ridley Thorne on the outside. It's broken down into chaos here early, fans.
And Key Vibez is already showing that she is ready to go with her opponent, who is on the floor right now, Mike. Hysteria trying to figure out which way is up as Key Vibez throws her to the other side, and she prepares her for pain, basically.
Key Vibez hits Celine Hysteria with the snapmare takeover, goes to the ropes, into the Meteora.
We almost got a pin there, not quite, but you know, again, this is what we've said before. You have to figure out your opponent, see where they're at, what level they're at. And right now, Hysteria is not ready for what's coming because now we have the women's champion in the ring.
Well, I don't know about them being not ready, but I mean, there's no arguing about the fact that she is in a bit of trouble right now. Celine Hysteria, Gia Michel going for the pin. Another near fall. The hybrid women's champion, now the legal person in the ring. But I agree with what you're saying, Doc. I mean, she's got to make something happen here. There's got to be some type of change in the game plan. I mean, they started off very strong, but Celine Hysteria, just taken down by that big back elbow by Gia Michel.
Gia Michel's a powerhouse. She is known for making sure that her opponents know her strength. She is able to pound her opponents down to the ground. Hysteria now finding out firsthand where Gia Michel, she's no slouch.
It's like a handstand senton bomb by the champ, Gia Michel. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Doc. I mean, the power that the champ brings to the table, as long as the pedigree, the know-how, the competitive edge, Gia Michel's got it all, as Ridley Thorne found out right there. She's the inaugural and only hybrid women's champ for a reason, and she's proven it.
Both opponents outside the ring, running away from the women's champ. Gia Michel chasing after.
Ridley Thorne lying in wait. You want to talk about running, dog? No. It was all part of an ambush. It was all part of the plan. As Celine Hysteria goes to work on the spine of Gia Michel now.
Like a pair of hyenas, they just lay in wait and just scavenge off each other. And here, Hysteria in the ring now pulling Gia's arms back as far as they're not supposed to go. Gia Michel already showing all the pain and anguish in her face. She's trying to see if she can push through this. If she can tag her partner and get a reprieve for just a second, she would be in good business here.
She definitely would be. And I mean, and if this wasn't happening right now, they would be the victors of the match with Vibez and Gia Michel, but that doesn't change the reality of the situation. Celine Hysteria, there you see Gia Michel trying to fight out of it. Hysteria not letting her do it, driving her back to the enemy territory.
Now, this is a good strategy by Gia Michel, or I'm sorry, Ridley Thorne and Hysteria, where they throw their opponents into their corner to keep them away from their partners. I understand it. I get it. However, how long is this going to last? Because we have seen Gia recover from this suplex, or rather, Gia Michel on the ground, and Ridley Thorne attempting a pin. Can she get it? Nope, not quite.
Near fall. Gia Michel, I think I know what you mean here, Doc. I mean, she can only take so much punishment, true of anybody else in that ring. But the champ is trying to make something happen, firing those chops, but Ridley Thorne firing back.
Now, these are two big powerhouses. Ridley Thorne herself, we've seen her work. However.
Hold on, Gia Michel was going through with the roll-up. Ridley Thorne carrying through with the momentum and just get up and just makes the champ eat the boot.
And Ridley Thorne now in control here of Gia Michel, but she's taking too much time away from actually keeping her down. Gia Michel known for her quick recoveries and being able to come back where you would think she should be down.
I do agree with you there 100%, Doc. I mean, case in point, Gia Michel hitting the neck breaker in a reversal on Ridley Thorne. Ridley, the powerhouse of the team. I can understand why she'd want to taunt and kind of flex a little bit, but she has to remember she's in there with the hybrid women's champion. You've got to be on your game, and you've got to keep your edge. As she makes the tag to Celine Hysteria, Gia Michel makes the tag to Vibez.
And this is something that Ridley Thorne and Hysteria have to keep in mind. They have to make sure they're aware that they're not there to flaunt to the crowd. They're not there to flex their muscles. They're there to do a job, and if they really want this, they're going to keep their head in the game. Vibez already splashed right on top of Hysteria on the bottom rope, that giving her an attack from both ends, front and back.
And you got to get your assault in there any way you can. Vibez, like I said, no stranger to championship gold, while unable to win the hybrid championship belt from Gia Michel in their, now classic bout, in my opinion. The three-way they had with Maddie Rakowski, but she has seen gold in everywhere she's been. She's, of course, been the River City Wrestling Women's Champion. She's been all over the state of Texas on the independent wrestling scene. But how about what we're seeing now? Maybe not used to being on the receiving end of this kind of offense from Celine Hysteria. Those vicious elbow drops. And now Celine just works her up, sends her back over to the corner, and Ridley Thorne.
The viciousness of these two, they're trying to prove themselves to everyone, and even to these two, Vibez and Gia Michel. They're trying to make sure that their name is proven to be the standard. But right now, can they do that? Because the standard is the women's champ and the former women's champ here in Vibez. She's well known, like you said.
I do think that's the question here, but if you ask me, these two women are faring very nicely so far, and frankly, I feel like they're measuring up. They've managed to stay in control so far, and again, That's Key Vibez and Gia Michel they're up against. They are the premier women's athletes here thus far at the Hybrid School of Wrestling.
Oh, we've seen this before. She's been able to pick up,
And a big body slam.
Every opponent in that position knows what's coming next.
Just a 2 count. Key Vibez still alive in the match. Ridley Thorne got this big smile on her face, Doc. Looked like she's almost happy that she gets to inflict more pain and punishment on Key Vibez as she just drives her head into the turnbuckle. Tag to Celine Hysteria.
I hope these two are paying attention. The ref is the sheriff, and they mentioned before that the ref doesn't know the rules.
I cannot believe you are implying that the lead referee of the Hybrid School of Wrestling doesn't know the rules. I'm going to forget you said that, Doc. I'm going to tell him you did later, though. As Celine Hysteria goes for the cover, broken up by Gia Michel.
By right, she doesn't want her partner to be taken away like that by these two ladies who right now, nobody knows what they can do. Nobody knows how far they can go. And right now they're going a little bit too far walking over the back of Key Vibez.
Hey, I understand Gia Michel is frustrated at how the match is going, but she is not doing her partner any favors by arguing with the referee. As we saw there, these two women are going to take advantage of every opportunity they get, as they should. As Celine Hysteria goes for a modified, looks like a stretch muffler almost on the mat as she just wrenches back on the ankles and the neck of Key Vibez, contorting that spine. The crowd trying to will Key Vibez to get out of it.
One thing's for sure, you have to have immense flexibility to be able to withstand that kind of pain. Key Vibez using the audience's power, the chance to keep herself fired up, but right now, is that enough? Because they keep taking her back to the same place, their corner, their sweet spot right now.
As they should. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They are keeping Key Vibez isolated. They are keeping Gia Michel out of this match entirely. If they can continue to keep her isolated, these two have effectively turned it into a handicap match. But Key Vibez going for the sunset flip. Ridley Thorne reverses it into the pin, but again, just a 2 count.
Ridley Thorne starting to look a little frustrated. Ooh.
Just a big headbutt to Key Vibez.
Key Vibez looks like she's seeing stars right now.
Well, I don't blame her.
There's a lot of going on here where Ridley Thorne, she's really trying to see how far she can push Key Vibez. Key Vibez already back up. She's trying to see if she can get to the rope, maybe perhaps use it to get back up on her feet.
Or maybe she's just trying to crawl out of the ring and give up. Maybe she's trying to do that too. Maybe she's decided that she's had too much of Ridley Thorne. She's had too much of Celine Hysteria. She's decided she doesn't want to pick up the victory. I mean, that would be the smart thing to me, considering what she's going through in this match. But Key Vibez just stuck where she's at again. Just that head driven right back into the corner. Very, very solid game plan by Ridley Thorne and Celine Hysteria.
She needs to push through. She needs to keep going. But when you're that far away from your partner, it seems like all hope is lost. Right now, Key Vibez needs to continue figuring out what she can do to get out of this, where right now the boot into her stomach is very firmly placed by Ridley Thorne, and they're just switching off. They're not really giving her a break from this.
And what, you're going to tell me that's unfair now, Doc? You think they should just gracefully let her tag her partner? Is that what it is? No, of course not. They are doing exactly what they need to do. They are keeping one half of the opposing tag team isolated, wearing her down, and inflicting this punishment on Key Vibez until she just can't take it anymore. That's the name of the game. And let's just call a spade a spade. They are being very effective at their game plan right now.
They're afraid of what's going to happen once Key Vibez gets her stamina back, once Key Vibez gets her partner back in the ring. They're afraid of what's going to happen when the boss comes right back in to show them why she's the women's champion. Key Vibez already having a little bit of a hard time. Her arm locked behind her, where Hysteria is really putting a wrench right into those muscles. But Key Vibez throwing an elbow right behind her to see if she can escape.
Key Vibez does manage to get to her feet, but Celine Hysteria continuing the attack. Quick in and out tags, exactly right. Just both of these women doing exactly what they need to do. Some double team action as Key Vibez gets sent up and over. Double team suplex.
But they're taking her ever so closer, but still keeping her as far away from her partner as possible. She needs to find a way to keep herself as much as possible closer and closer to where she needs to be, so she can tag out and get her breath back at least.
She's got to do something. Key Vibez.
Gonna tire her out. Almost to both ladies. Key Vibez finding a way to escape for the moment. She makes her way to the other corner. She's preparing herself.
But hold on now, you see Key Vibez not going for the tag. Celine Hysteria pulls Gia Michel off the apron, but doesn't look like it had much of an effect as the women's champ just fires off on Celine Hysteria, sends her into the ring post.
I think she didn't bargain for any of that explosiveness from Gia Michel.
I gotta agree with you. I can't think Celine Hysteria thought that was gonna happen at all. Key Vibez, the Cazadora into the Bulldog. Down goes Ridley Thorne. This is exactly what she needed, Doc. If Key Vibez is gonna get to the corner, if she's gonna make that tag and keep this match alive for her team, she's gotta make a move now.
I don't think they bargained for that distraction. Key Vibez now trying to crawl her way back. Ridley Thorne rolling away. She was depending on her partner Hysteria to keep Gia Michel busy, but unfortunately for her, she did not bargain for the fact that Gia Michel was ready for her. She had eyes in the back of her head.
And thankfully for her and thankfully for her team, because that's the only thing that saved them right there. Gia Michel getting the tag now, coming in like a house of fire. Down goes Ridley Thorne twice. 3 times the hybrid women's champ, making her presence known.
Oh, I don't know if Ridley's ready for this. She's in the corner. Gia Michel, both these driven right into her chest. She's on the other side. She's doing it again. Runaway train, but Ridley Thorne's able to stop her. Ooh,
a hard shot.
In half.
Oh, followed by the knees.
Ridley Thorne looking like she's gonna
Celine Hysteria now, but she's an elbow for her trouble.
Ridley Thorne leaving the ring. Hysteria crawling away. She comes back to see if she can get back at Gia. Gia throws her into the corner.
Oh, big German suplex from the hybrid women's champ, Gia Michel. She goes for the pin. 1, 2. A near fall. Gotta think that could have very well been the 3 if Celine Hysteria was not there to break up the pin. Key Vibez. Oh! Bit of a skull-crushing finale from Key Vibez. Into the 5 killer.
Uh-oh. The Ridley Thorne.
Down she goes. Gia Michel going for the pin. Is that gonna be enough? 1, 2, 3.
Yes! Hysteria pushed the wrong button with Gia Michel when she went back there to stir her up, and now look what happens. They turn her around, they get the win, and they're celebrating. Hysteria and Ridley Thorne just disappointed, just on the outside of the ring.
That's right, disbelief on the face of Ridley Thorne. You see her there on the ring apron. And what can you say, Doc? I mean, these 2 ladies, Hysteria, Thorne, they've worked their game plan as much and as well as they could. But their opponents, Key Vibez, Gia Michel, just 2 very strong, 2 very fierce competitors, proved to be a little bit too much for them tonight. Gotta think we'll see some more from all of the ladies involved here, but fans, before we continue.